Have you been finding that things have been going south in your life suddenly? Maybe loss of job, loss of relationship, loss of connection, and kind of a clarity of thinking, clarity of mind, clarity of emotion, clarity of expression, and your physical body is going all over the place. You're having stomach issues, you're having digestion issues. Have you ever found that to be true? I'm not just talking about whatever is happening since 2020. It's been happening for quite some time, but it has accelerated or picked up a whole new pace and shift. Is this the one happening to you? If these kinds of things are happening to you, I think you might be going through a purge phase of the shift. Remember the shift I spoke of in the previous one? Everyone is going through that at their own pace. This is not exclusive to some people only, or the new agey people, or the spiritual minded people, or the philosophical thought. Every single one is participating in this shift. And if you might be going through one of those phases where you're feeling disjointed, disconnected, all kinds of symptoms, physical, mental, emotional, are going through your system. Maybe you had loss of life around in your near and dear ones, maybe even triggered by the event which is going on since 2020, maybe any number of things, right? Maybe you lost a job, business, whatever it is, but it has triggered in you some part which says, this is not real life, this is not me, I don't connect with my job anymore, I don't connect with my partner anymore. Or you have had frequent change of partners in intimate connections, or you want to do something else suddenly now. You were being an accountant and now you want to start painting murals. It can be any number of wild shift in the way you associate your personality, in the way you think about life itself. Some people enter this phase, what I call the purge phase, earlier. Some people are triggered by some external life events where they get into this phase faster. It's just the question of who gets in what time, folks. There's no judgment here. But if you're a young person, if you're a middle-aged person, if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or even 50s, and if you're going through this, listen carefully to what I have to say and listen to the previous video as well. Okay? The purge phase of the shift, when it starts happening to a person, can be quite tough to handle. And you need to understand some very simplistic principles I'm laying out in this figure over here. This is a continuation from the previous one on this playlist, which speaks about the purge phase. Now, briefly, what is happening in the shift? Higher frequencies from the cosmos, watch that figure, is coming down, going through all our chakra systems, going through and flushing all the old energy out. All old energy gone, all karma gone, everything gone. Okay, this is what is happening in a phase wise with every individual on the planet. We already talked about that. What is difficult about the purge phase though? Well, you got to understand some basic principles of the chakra system in order to get this thing really. The first three chakras on top, which I have circled in yellow, are more of your spirit like energy. It is more spirit-like, more soul-like, will expand much faster than the lower three ones. Because it is more like spirit-like energy to it. These centers are not earth-bound, okay? This is not your earth-bound spirit center. This is your higher self. The one in the third eye, one in the throat, and one in the chest, center of the chest. These three centers are very spirit-bound. As a result of this energy is coming from the cosmos, what is going to end up happening? You're going to have more intuitive feelings. You think of someone and they make a call to you. Or you think so-and-so guest is going to come and they come to your house. These kind of intuitive feelings are increasing for all people. Some people pick it up much faster because they are more sensitive. Intuition is very high and accelerated. Feelings are very high and accelerated. Expression, you're calling spade a spade, you're telling people off, you're showing your anger without any restriction. You feel like expressing this center very wildly. You speak very wildly to people suddenly, and then later you think back and say, why was I overreacting? If this is happening, you are really in a purge phase. So because everything in the yellow oval is very spirit-like, it expands faster. It adjusts to the new frequencies much, much faster than the lower three ones. Let's talk about the lower three ones. The lower three ones are body bound, your physical body bound. The navel center, which is the fire element, the sacral center, which is the water element, and the first chakra, which is the earth element. So fire, water, and earth element. These are all earth bound. This is where most of your karma of past life is locked in the physical body, in the cellular structure, in the DNA. All your past lives, all the stuff is stored more in the physicality there, in the lower three ones. Okay? That's why I call it earthbound karma. These are earthbound part of your spirit. These are not earthbound so much. Little bit, but not so much. It's a question of degrees. So what do the shift create? Because this is earthbound, it works very slowly, much slowly compared to the oval centers over there. The yellow oval, those first three from the top, okay, calibrate much faster than the lower three, everything from navel down. Okay, those centers calibrate much slower. The rate of change is slower in the brown oval chakras than the yellow oval chakras. Clear? What this leads to, you will have more bodily effects happening on a purging level. That means you might have indigestion issues, navel, indigestion issues, connection of identity with others, loss of connection with another person. It may be your immediate family, friends. It's too complex to enumerate in one small video like this, but you get the gist of it. So it affects your security. Sense of security level is the sexual chakra, the first one. Remember, I have listed all of this there. Survival, food and shelter. People are getting very insecure. Where will I get my next food from, my next job from, money from? My business is gone, so and so is gone. I don't feel connected to it. They are in a very strong purge phase of this cycle. You might have lots of sexual energy bubbling up within you. You might have Kundalini kind of awakenings. You might have lots of tingling in the feet, lots of tingling in the head, in the crown, and it goes both ways. It goes up and it goes down, not just the bottom three, okay? Kundalini energy goes right up till here. So you might have weird dreams, weird past life dreams. You might feel like connecting to someone. You might have encounter a lot of intimate relationships. You might want to change relationships, intimate relationships, one with another. You might have tons of affairs. This is part of the shift. There is nothing to judge here. Because your lower three centers are recalibrating, you might go through wild shifts in this area. It includes physical symptoms, it includes digestion symptoms, it includes even spine issues. All these three lower centers relate to your L4, L5 segment, the great one where people get herniated disc, right? These three centers. Because lots of karma is being washed out at a very rapid pace, okay? Very rapid pace. You might have more fears of the unknown because of this. Because the first chakra is all about security, survival, food and shelter. It's all about the 8th house. It's all about unknown stuff. What will happen, I don't know. This kind of an energy. How do you deal with this? Well, I can't put it very simplistically, but all I can suggest to you in this one, and we can have a chat, you can message me on Facebook or whatever if you're strongly going through this. Let's work one-on-one, it's better. The way I have handled this and the way it helps me do this, and the way many other light workers out there are also suggesting this, is because the yellow oval, your spirit centers are working much better and are faster aligned with the new energies. Use your intuition, use your feelings, use your expression. These three things, intuition, clarity, awareness is going at an all new level. Expression, voice and communication, heart connection, empathy, all these are accelerated. You have to use these three in order to guide your own lower three centers, which are the first three chakras, the ground level. So, for example, if I had to give example of food, your food preferences are changing wildly. Now you suddenly feel like going vegan, or don't feel like eating any bakery stuff. You want to eat only fruits or vegetables, or you want to go vegan, no touching meat. All of these things people are going through wildly in the world. So you use that intuition which is being gifted by your own higher centers to make the selection of food which suits you. And this can wildly shift. For me, I've gone through so many wild shifts in this area. One day I'll suddenly feel like eating only chicken, lots of chicken. And I'm by birth a vegetarian person. I don't eat so much of meat. But I have to have meat, otherwise I thought I will crumble into a ball of jellyfish. You have to go with your flow. When you feel like eating meat, eat meat. When you don't feel like eating meat, when you feel like eating lighter foods, or dairy for example, or sweets, or salt and sugar, increased levels, your lower centers are trying to purge that. This is the purge phase. They are trying to get rid of stuff. And sometimes they need meat because you need proteins to rebuild the new cells. Right? Meat has got a lot of high degree of protein content, especially lean meat. So you might want to do that. You are using your intuition to guide what kind of foods you would like to eat, which will help your own system. Because this has already calibrated to what your body needs. The yellow oval chakras have all already been aligned, so to speak. And now you are trying to use that knowledge, that intuition and clarity to guide your own food, to guide your own what you want to do. You want to walk out in the nature. You want to go and sit in a bath and full of bath salts and relax. You want to have scented candles and aroma in the house. You feel the dead energy around, especially with the collective going through whatever it's going through now. I mean, it's amazing how people are keeping it stable. Everybody is going to get here. This purge phase, remember this, whoever is watching, young person, middle-aged person, whoever you are, every single one is going to go through this. Maybe you landed this earlier. Maybe this is for you now. Or maybe this will help you maybe 5 years down the line. You will think, there was this Indian talking dude on YouTube. I saw he was telling all of this shit. Let me go through this. So each one arrives at a different time frame in this shift. That is fine. Shift is not all things happening all at once to everyone. It's a question of timing here, that's it. But everybody is going to arrive, and when they do, please remember this, what to do with this. Use your intuition to guide all that is happening in this lower. Use your intuition for taking care of your physical health, your food preferences, where you want to go, whom you want to associate with. Navel center is also for identity. You don't feel connected to someone now. Don't be in their company for very long. Go isolated by yourself. Go in nature. Go swim in the seas or a swimming pool if you have it nearby. Connect with people of like minds, like communities, maybe on social media, anywhere, anything that helps. So you have to use your intuition, clarity and your empathy to connect and guide yourself to get more centered even in the ground. So you are almost as if like using the yellow oval and all the chakras there, which have already aligned properly, to guide yourself at the bodily level so that you're more aligned and slowly guide the body back to its health. Because many people are going through lots of health challenges because of this purge phase. Okay? It's happening. I come across such people all the time. So just guide your body slowly. Body works slowly. Body does not work at the rate at which the upper level chakras are moving. You're purging a lot of ancestral wounds. You're purging a lot of your own karma, ancestral karma, country's karma, racial karma, all kinds of karmic baggage. You're just deleting and removing all things from your body, because the deletion of old energy patterns on earth is happening. Only then your aura or auric field can expand outward. Okay? So take care of this, and probably next one I'm going to speak about the rebuild phase, because even that has a kind of challenge of its own. Okay, take care, be safe, and have a nice day.